Judith Kerr, the pub. Shamans have been around for thousands of years, and I've always been fascinated with them. And I heard about Clay Miller from a friend.
Sarah, nice to
meet
see you.
I help people live at the center of who they are, to be very authentic and truthful, to come to know what it really means to love who they are.
He believes that painful experiences can stop us being who we are and having compassion for ourselves. And that's something I can definitely relate to.
Hello, baby. Hello. Okay, good. You can sit on me, that's fine.
He will.
But you can't lick my face, because I don't like that, because you've been licking something else, probably. It's okay, so you can sit and talk.
So.
I've got 4 dogs, by the way. Yes, yes, I do hunting.
Okay. I'm here to sort of help you. What's it about for you?
I'm stratospherically sensitive, and that's who I am. That's really who I am. So I've always been like that since I was 12. I was then told I was oversensitive. Oh, you're such a nightmare, you're so heavy. I kept having to ask for reassurance, or doubted myself. And then got married to Prince Andrew and became very famous. And that caused me to have to put on a real brick wall.
Right.
So I always had to smile and be on form and do everything's great. For 25 years, I've put on this outward image of being fine, right? Inwardly dying, but outwardly, I always smiled. When you see me out in public, you only see me smile. So then I had, for 25 years, built up this facade, then had to keep up with it, and obviously got to a point of sabotaging where I trusted this man who came in May saying he was going to help me financially. And it was this journalist from the News of the World, and he scammed me. And it caused my total humiliation all over the world in May. Does that sum it up?
Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. How you meet your losses will determine the amount of peace that you have. When I say how you meet them, it's the feelings that are set in motion. Take something like anger. You could be mad at somebody because they died. That's not rational. It's the irrational ones that are the most important ones to honor.
Tell me how you lost your mother.
The next-door farmer ran her over and she was decapitated in the car.
You just told me about a tragic end to your mother's life, as though you were ordering lunch.
Like if you were really angry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that allowable? Within yourself?
No, no, no.
Do you know what anger feels like?
No.
Okay. Okay, see that flame?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's what anger is, just the element of fire.
Right.
So you don't have that.
Well, I have passion and
you definitely have passion, but...
When I got angry, my mother hit me hard every time that I showed any anger.
If you stood up for who you were, then you suffered the consequences. So you've needed to be seen.
Explain that, please.
As a child, you were told, this is how I want to see you.
Oh, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, got it.
So there's a hunger to be seen for you.
When the shaman brought up the idea of being seen, it struck a chord. Because perhaps as a child, I needed to be seen so badly that I became a public figure. But a public figure is never seen for who they really are.
As you grow up, right, you need to be seen. Because being seen is equivalent to being truly loved.
When my mother left to live in Argentina when I was 12 and left me, abandoned me, and she didn't see me again for the next 7 years, that's when Sarah was abandoned, not just literally, physically and emotionally.
So what have you done with that particular...
Abandonment?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. You haven't grieved.
I have grieved an awful lot.
No, that's stuck in grief. Where's the rage?
Ah, the rage of her leaving.
All of it.
Okay.
Rage is the most difficult one for people to know how to honor,
Typical, it would be.
right? But it's what really jams up the works.
Okay.
That was a revelation to me. I felt sorry for my mother's leaving, but never anger, because I was taught that anger is an unacceptable emotion.
We're sort of all multiple personalities,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
You could also call them your issues, okay? They're like these rocks. Rocks. Emotions. One might be jealous. One might hate. One might rage. What's inside of every one of them?
Me.
Fear. When you leave here, what I want you to take with you is how to relate to your own feelings. I'm going to ask you to do something, and it's going to be difficult. We're going to go for a ride.
Okay.
You have to carry these because you've been carrying it your whole life. Her greatest pain comes from not believing in her own true worth. Part of her greatest obstacle is her own judgment of herself. She's attempting to overcome a lifetime habit. Is it going to be easy? No. So you've been carrying that load your whole life.
The shaman challenged me in ways I really didn't expect, and his methods were both unusual and intriguing.
How did you know that you were on this path to do this work?
It just kind of evolved, and I just kept listening, and it kept leading me. Things that I did when I was younger were training me without my knowing that. I was a writer for years. When I do a session, language, words are important.
So I'm hoping that because you do your job, you know bull when you see it.
Well, and sometimes it's not people trying to bull you, it's just that their way of protecting themselves is so dominant, their authentic self can't come through it. You can decide if you're actually willing to share that much and not hold back.
We've driven deep into the desert and we're in the middle of nowhere. I had no idea what was ahead of me. I was curious, but also a little scared.
Ready? Okay.
Why?
I've got to do that. Am I following you?
Yeah. This whole area here is called skeleton bone.
Never seen snakes?
Yeah, just don't step on them.
Oh, blimey. Glad I wore sensible shoes.
This experience is becoming increasingly difficult. My spiritual quest has not only taken me to the shaman, but it has me trudging through the desert in flats with a big bag of rocks and feeling the pain. I was also feeling the weight of emotions that I'd never dealt with, especially the anger over my mother leaving. I've been carrying around that emotion for most of my life, and the rocks really made me feel it.
This is the circle. It's like an open heart. Bring your rocks, take them out.
Out you come, love. There she is.
And basically, the way that it's been is like this.
Yeah, covered up.
So what we're engaged in is honoring who you really are.
Okay.
The more you truly commit yourself to it
Okay.
and kind of surrender, then the more it will set things in motion inside of you.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got to do that? Okay. What am I saying why to? Mum leaving?
This is the primordial why.
Oh, what?
The primordial why.
What does that mean?
Primordial, the first.
No.
Why? Why did my mother leave? Why do I have cancer? Why? 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 There's no answer.
Okay.
It's just why.
Can I just not say it quietly? No, I have to shout it.
If you just say why, go ahead, say why.
No, it sounds
Right, you already know.
mediocre.
Right. It stays in a mental realm,
Yeah.
okay?
Why? Well, that's good.
Okay, it's okay, don't.
I meant to go like that.
But just when you do the movement, don't comment on it. Stay with it, stay in it, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
But I'm so conditioned never to ask why because I'm just getting on with it. Okay, so it happened. So what? Move on. Get on to the next thing.
So you just told me that you have never honored that in yourself.
Well, but why would you want to honor it?
Wouldn't that little girl like to have known why your mother left?
She fell in love.
That's not the answer to that why.
No, why did she leave her, the little girl?
Yeah. The pain of why, you know? And maybe somehow in your little mind, you thought it had something, people can think it's them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what we're after. We're after all that complex stuff that you'll never do by thinking about it or talking about it. You just need to begin to have this sense of, I give permission to myself. Now, this one's going to be even harder.
Okay.
Mom!
I didn't hear an
That's
echo.
okay. That's okay. Now, the emotion came in, even though you still came back to a smile. You went like this.
What am I meant to do? Well, that's got reaching for a hug.
Okay, right.
What am I meant to do?
She isn't there to hug you. Okay, and I'm going to do the whole thing, okay? You fill back up.
Okay, is that what?
Don't think about it. Just go all the way down.
Okay.
Okay, what I want you to do right now is take a big breath and feel yourself get really small, like a little child.
Mm-hmm.
And just very softly say, I'm afraid.
What am I afraid of?
It's right there, just say it.
I'm afraid.
Right? You feel it.
Okay, I'm afraid to stop
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Okay.
Just I'm afraid.
Okay, I'm afraid.
What we're doing It has a lot to do with this.
Okay.
It's terrified.
Yeah.
How did she leave? On a boat?
No, she slammed the door.
Okay, we're at that moment. Yeah, we're at that moment. And you'll never be ready.
Mom! I can't cry.
Right, you got in your own way. Because when you did it, you went, Mom! Right? Mom! That's safe.
Yeah.
You stayed in the safe zone.
I know.
That's okay. You touched the fear, though. You got in there.
Right, yeah.
And now you know what you're afraid to go to, because I did it for you.
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
You're afraid to go to that level.
Yeah.
And that's what's sitting inside of you.
If I could just go there, then that would free up so much of me.
It's been there for 51 years.
51 years.
So it's not going to give up the throne that easy.
But I've got, if having this is a weakness and the vulnerability is the strength, but I can't reach it because I can't feel it's
What are you doing right now?
feeling. But is this the mind pain or this is feeling?
That's the lack of trust. You're asking me what you already really know. You're asking me, am I feeling? Is this what it's like to feel? Well, yeah.
I thought to myself, well, I wonder what I'll learn from him. You see, you just don't know. So I did laugh in embarrassment at the thought that I'd had to do it. And then when I did it, of course, it touched a very raw nerve.
It's like if you saw a little girl crying. Just you go over to her and you just hold her, right?
Yeah.
So just hold yourself.
Okay.